Now that you understand the process on how to set up strategic alliances, it's now important to have a few strategies and vehicles up your sleeve, so when you come to the table to brainstorm ideas of how you can work together, you've got a few ideas there that you can come up with. So let's look at them. The first one we're going to cover is joint events. Events are just a great way of working together. I'm going to do the two events here. So the first one is joint events, and the second one is host beneficiary events. So joint events is where you run like a trade show or an education or some kind of value add for your customers, and one or two or more of you, however many partners are involved in running the event, you all are hosts, you all help drive people to the event, you all do marketing to fill the event, and you all get a chance to expose yourself in the event. If it's a trade show, then you've all got booths up. If it's an educational event, you all get a chance to speak. Or you're bringing in a guest speaker and you're all playing host to that guest speaker. It can look in a variety of ways, but the benefit is that you get to provide value to your customers. You invite them out and they have a great time, so you're providing value to your customers. And you also get exposure to the customers of the other businesses, because they're all bringing people as well, and you have a chance to start a relationship with them. Some important things to consider when you're doing a joint event is you want to have a mechanism in there so people can initiate a relationship with you, and that mechanism needs to be talked about with all parties, so you're all not trying to do a different thing each, and so when people who arrive, they're getting bombarded by 5 different companies to get their contact information and follow up. Look, that might be all right if it's a trade show. You've all got a place there where someone can drop their business card in, no problem. If you've got a speaking event where 3 of you are speaking, you don't want to have 3 different feedback forms that people sign up to say, okay, yes, please follow up with me. You want to have one feedback form that lists all of you on there that someone can tick off to make it easy for the people there. So, I mean, in doing that, you've just got to put yourself in the shoes of the participant and look at what's going to make a great experience for them, and what's going to make it easy for them to initiate a relationship should they choose to do so. So running competitions, draws, all that kind of stuff can be valuable there. Now, the difference between a joint event and a host ben event is a host ben event is where one party plays the host. So let's say for me, say I was inviting all my clients out to an event, and I was inviting a strategic alliance of mine who's a financial planner. I was inviting him in to speak. So I'm providing value to my clients because I'm giving them some information they didn't have before. It doesn't really cost me. I don't have to pay the speaker to come in. It might cost me something to put the event on, if it's a physical location, a bit of food and coffee, venue hire, that kind of stuff. Or if it's virtual, I mean, then there's no cost for it. I just have to organise the logistics. And for my strategic alliance, my financial planner, well, he gets exposure to my clients, and he has to provide value, and he's not there to sell, but he is there to provide value and then give people the chance to respond if they so choose. So that's up to him or the two of us working together to work out what that mechanism is. So that's a way to run a host ben event. Both of these are very, very powerful. I'm a huge fan of this one, the host ben event, because you can really provide some great value to your clients or get exposure to other people in a really value-oriented way. So 2 favourites here are the joint events and host ben events. Obviously, to run them and to market them, well, you've just got to follow the philosophies of the whole program. Running through a campaign creation and all the key components that go in there, that would be the backbone of marketing either of these 2 events. So the next one we're talking about is cross-promotion. Now this is where we have an offer of some kind that goes to our alliances database. And it can work both ways. So you might provide something to your alliance, they might provide something to you, or it can just go one way as well. You can just provide an offer for someone else. And the way you might do that is there's a couple of vehicles. One is invoice stuffers. So stuffers, invoice stuffers. It could be email or direct mail. Right? You Your alliance partner might send a letter out promoting you to her clients, or an email. It could be in store. Right, if you've got a physical location where you've got customers coming in, you can have some point of sale there. They might get given something when they check out, or after they've been in. They might get something when they arrive. It might be, in these cases here, it might be a thank you that goes out to customers. So, here's a thank you for our A-list customers. Thanks for being a great customer. As a benefit, we're going to provide you with X, Y, Z. I had a couple of clients have done this one. They set up an alliance. Well, one example in particular was a physio company that set up an alliance with a local farm who produced, this was a Canadian client, produced maple syrup. So they organised to send out a little jar of high grade maple syrup to their A-list clients. And so their clients would go out to pick it up. And when they're out there, they get their free maple syrup, but invariably they buy some other stuff from the farmer as well. So it was a great cross promotion. So these can be great. I mean, you can do these with any number of partners, but it can be a nice, simple way to get some traction. Our fourth strategy or vehicle for strategic alliances is content sharing. So in the world of information, and particularly looking at education-based marketing, sharing content, it can be a great way to cross-promote each other in a more passive way, in a very value-oriented way. So this might look like doing a guest blog on someone else's blog or website. It might be writing an article in their newspaper. It might be emailing a link to an article that was written by an alliance partner. But they're generally the methods that you can use, and it can be great to be used in conjunction with some of these other events. Say if you send do a guest blog on someone else's website, on there might be an offer at the end of that to get something for free, or a trial of something, or sign up for something, right? So you can use that avenue to cross promote as well. And finally, number 5 is the good old-fashioned referral. So this is where you just physically voice a referral to someone, either in person, over the phone, or by email introduction. But really the most powerful way that this can happen is if the referral is facilitated. And what I mean by that is, let's say I was referring my financial planner friend to one of my clients. I would actually do an email introduction between all of us, give a bit of a background and a nice warm introduction that facilitates the relationship starting. And I would obviously ask permission of my client before I made that introduction. That's one way of doing it. Another way is to set up a lunch with 3 people, or go golfing with, if you're a golfer, you and your alliance partner, you bring someone else each who you think would be a good fit for the other person, and that's a way of making an introduction as well. Also a lot of fun. But this is a good one for particularly professionals. This one works really well. If you've got a larger database, you might need something a little more leveraged, like an active referral program, and that could tie into some of this cross-promotion stuff as well, in-store promotion particularly. You could run competitions for your alliance partner. You get to win something that your alliance partner is giving away that's high value. It can be, I guess all of these are a form of referral. What we're really talking about here is a specific direct referral where you're just introducing someone to your alliance partner. So with those 5, it gives you a good toolbox now to go to the table, and within these you start to get the feel there's lots of little ways you can vary them and get them to work together. This is not an exhaustive list by any means, but certainly enough to get you started, and you're really only catched by your creativity. When the two or more of you, being your alliance partners, get together, just let it go wild. Throw all the ideas on the table. Don't rule anything out. You can always be amazed by the ideas that can be spawned by some untethered brainstorming. So have fun with it. Good luck with your strategic alliances, and I look forward to hearing the good news.